In a small village, nestled between tall mountains and quiet valleys, there lived a 24-year-old man named Marco. On the outside, he seemed just like any other young man, healthy, educated, and capable. But inside, his mind was a storm that never ceased. From the moment he woke up until he closed his eyes at night, thoughts raced through his head without permission. Some thoughts pulled him into the past, replaying mistakes he'd made, words he wished he could take back, and opportunities he felt he had lost forever. Other thoughts thrust him into the future, filling him with a deep fear of failure, of loneliness, and of never becoming someone important. This constant mental noise robbed him of peace. Sleep became a struggle, and when it finally came, his dreams were restless and chaotic. Slowly, without even realizing it, he lost his smile. Life felt heavy, a burden he carried for no apparent reason. Even though nothing in his life seemed outwardly wrong, he would often sit alone and whisper to himself, "Why am I never calm? Why won't my mind ever stop?" One evening, as he sat at the edge of his village, watching the sun dip below the mountains, he overheard a conversation that would change his life. Two travelers were talking about a distant hill village. They spoke of an old man who lived there, a man who had once been a renowned psychologist in the bustling city. They said he had helped countless people heal their minds, but after many years, he had left the city behind to live a simple, quiet life close to nature. The travelers believed that anyone who spoke with him returned with a newfound clarity and a deep sense of peace. A tiny spark of hope ignited within Marco. Maybe, he thought, this man can help me find what I'm missing. Without a second thought, Marco decided to go. The journey was long and difficult. He walked through rugged, rocky paths, crossed narrow, winding roads, and climbed steep hills. His body grew tired with each step, but his heart remained steadfast, fueled by a desperate hope for an answer. After many days of travel, he finally arrived at the hill village. The moment he stepped in, a sense of tranquility washed over him. It was so peaceful. There were no loud sounds, no rush, no chaos. The soft whisper of the wind, the gentle chirping of birds, and the rustling of leaves. At the heart of the village stood a small, charming house covered in green vines and vibrant flowers. And there, on the porch, sat the old man. He was completely still, his eyes closed, his breathing calm and slow. Marco hesitated for a moment, feeling a bit intimidated, but then he gathered his courage, stepped forward, and spoke gently. "Grandfather," he said, "my mind never rests. My thoughts control me. I am always worried about what has happened and what might happen. I just want peace. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes. They were kind and held a deep wisdom. He smiled warmly. "So," he said, his voice soft and soothing, "you are searching for peace?" "Yes," Marco replied, his voice filled with emotion. "More than anything." The old man stood up and gestured for Marco to follow. "Come with me," he said. "I will not give you advice with words. I will give you an experience." He led Marco to a small, open yard behind his house. There, he took a clear glass and filled it with water, right up to the very brim. The surface of the water trembled, ready to spill with the slightest movement. He handed the glass to Marco and said, "Walk from here to the far end of the village and come back, but be very careful. Do not spill even a single drop." Marco was confused by the strange request, but he trusted the old man's wisdom. He took the glass and began his walk. The path through the village was narrow and full of life. Villagers walked past him. Children ran and laughed with joy. Shopkeepers called out to customers, and dogs barked in the distance. Normally, Marco's mind would have been pulled in 100 different directions, following every sound and every movement. But now, something was different. His entire focus was on the glass of water. Every step he took was slow and deliberate. Every movement was precise and careful. His eyes never left the trembling surface of the water. His mind, for the first time in a long time, was completely absorbed in the present moment. He was just a man, holding a glass, walking. When he finally returned to the old man's house, Marco felt a strange and wonderful sense of calm. "I did it," he said softly, almost in disbelief. "The water didn't spill." The old man nodded, his gentle smile returning. Etenasked, tell me, while you are walking, did you notice the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking or the noise from the market? Marco paused, thinking back. No, he said, with complete honesty. I noticed nothing at all. I was only focused on the glass. The old man's smile widened. That, he said, is the answer you were searching for. When your attention stays fully in the present moment, the mind becomes silent. There is no space for regret about the past. There is no room for fear of the future. You are not thinking about yesterday or tomorrow. You are simply and fully here. As Marco listened, he felt a profound shift within him, like a heavy weight was being lifted from his soul. The old man continued, your suffering was not caused by life itself. It was caused by your mind traveling to places it didn't need to be. Peace is not something you find somewhere out there. It appears when you stop running away from this exact moment. Marco bowed his head in understanding. So, if I want peace, he said, I must learn to stay with what I am doing right now. Yes, the old man replied. The present moment is the only place where peace truly exists. As the sun slowly set behind the mountains and the birds returned to their nests, Marco prepared to leave. He thanked the old man from the bottom of his heart and began his long walk back to his own village. The road was the same. The mountains were the same. But Marco was not the same. His mind felt lighter, calmer, and quieter than it had in years. He had learned a simple, yet powerful truth. You don't need to escape from life to find peace. You only need to be fully present within it. The lesson for all of us is this. Your mind becomes peaceful not when life becomes perfect, but when you stop fighting the present moment. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more content like this.